Hello, everybody! Welcome! As you can see, I'm kind of caught in the icy glare of a certain kitty cat. God help me.
Meow.
Are we ready for tank quests?
It be tankin' time.
Well, I'm tanked up. With my new tank top, that is not a tank top.
I'd ask if you were going to let that one go, but it's not like I'd let it go either.
Exactly! I might as well just get it out of the way. Evening, Foxfire. It's good to see you.
Mm-hmm.
As you can see, we're just kind of getting going.
No. Never. Us. Get going?
No, it can happen. Especially when the Keeper of the Entwined Serpents is staring at us longingly.
Question, there's a box of Whoppers that's been on top of the fridge for several days now. No one's opened it. Okay.
Any case, by the way, a Baron has come to remind us that there's a box of Whoppers on top of the fridge that you specifically said I wasn't allowed to touch, except for anime night, and then you forget to bring it out for anime night.
No, it wasn't for anime night.
Hmm?
No. It was, I didn't want you eating it ahead of time, and the time that I didn't want you eating it ahead of is long since passed, so you can have them, though save some for me.
Staring at them the last 3 days.
Sure.
Everyone's been staring at the Whoppers.
But the point of them was, in case both of us fell over with no energy on Saturday.
Oh, right. They're energy bombs from when we got our booster.
Less of that, it was just something for us to snack on and enjoy if the only thing we were up for was watching TV that day.
Well, we did better with the booster than we thought we would, so yay.
Yeah. You barely noticed at all. And
I don't know, my tonsil sure noticed. Or should I say my tonsil, singular.
Yeah, this is true. But I got the sampler pack.
Yeah. Hot, cold flashes, lack of energy. Nothing really bad, it's just, they just kind of rolled.
Minor even for the symptoms from that. But I wouldn't say I got them all because I didn't get the tonsil bit, but I got everything else. And thankfully it all went away around 10 that night.
Good. Okay, Mr. Keeper of the Entwined Serpents. We need to have words with you. By the way, Baron, Foxfire says hi.
Hi, Foxfire.
He says hi back.
A pact proven. The Keeper of the Entwined Serpents has good news to share. Rylea, the elder seats here, has grown strong enough to receive visitors. Come, we must go to Stillglade Fane at once. Meeting her in the usual place this time.
Indeed. Kind of odd that it's taken so long for us to head back there.
Mm-hmm.
You ported it behind me. How dare you? I turned around to wait for you to come through the gate and, well...
And I had to do it manually for some reason. The follow failed.
Oh. This way.
Right.
Yeah, I've still got both my tonsils, but holy howdy did that one swell up. And the fact it was only on the side that I had the shot. Otherwise it was fine, so I don't get... Hey! Kenny, Appa, Sophie, what are you guys doing here?
Oh. All over there.
We've been very hardworking and well-behaved, I promise. After all, if we don't train properly, we'll never be as good as you. That's the spirit. Sophie? Oh, Thayrin, Rylea, thanks to you, we may continue protecting our precious wood. That's what Brother Isumiyan was saying anyway. I'm not sure what he meant by that, but I hope you'll tell me more of your stories again sometime.
If you want a slightly, very exaggerated version, just listen to the bards.
Alakwa? David? Rylea? If you're still worried for me, you need not be. I will be fine, though I'm glad you came to visit. You stay out of trouble, young lady. No more summoning undead dragons.
Speaking of trouble. Ooh, Cinny. Elder Seeds here. It fills my heart with joy to see you in better health.
I'm gladdened by your presence as well, my friend. And lest you wonder, know that the conjurers found no trace of the poison in my humors. If you're ready, I would resume our search for Glefnir.
They may be up to the task, but you are not. It is one thing to engage in conversation, quite another to go gallivanting about the Twillswood hunting a blasphemy.
I am aware that you are a conjurer of surpassing skill, and would not presume to gainsay your judgment. But have my wounds not healed?
Those visible to the naked eye, perhaps. I worry that the strain of your communion with the Great One has taken a toll on you in ways we may struggle to perceive. The Great One is a being of purest aether, and you were exposed to its unbridled despair, its raw terror. There may be consequences.
I am aware of that, but Glefnir must be stopped. Until the blasphemy is laid low, people will continue to die. How am I to carry out my duties cloistered here? How am I to deliver the forest and its people from this despair?
It is your duties that demand you remain. I understand your frustration, but if you were to fall in battle, if your guiding light to Uber were to fade, then all Gridania would be lost. Rest, Kani. Rest and gather your strength so that when the time comes, you are fit to do what must be done. In the meantime, trust in your allies.
You are right. That said, I see no reason why I cannot join in planning our next step. As you said before, conversation is quite unlike gallivanting around on a hunt. Our encounter with Glefnir has made it plain that we cannot hope to triumph over it as we are. Only with the Great One's power can we achieve victory. When the seventh umbral calamity was nigh, the Great One committed a portion of its boundless strength to extend a barrier over the heaven and earth, the Imgrim Hedge. Thus it was the Twelveswood spared from the worst. If we could convince it to do so again, lend us even a small measure of that power, we would not need fear the poison. Therefore, I believe we should pour our efforts into placating the elementals, that we might earn their favor. I say the last one.
Yeah. Quieting worked before. It may again. At least as a first step. Ah, of course. You are the inheritor of Ato as well. Rylea and Thayrin promise the wisdom and bravery, praise the wisdom and bravery you displayed that day. Indeed, we were very nearly overrun by the creatures of the Great One called to its defense. But this time is different. The Great One quakes with such fear that it cannot even bear to behold its enemy, let alone fight it. And so, we must first find a way to dispel this fear that binds it, and reassure it that together we can defeat Gleipnir. Only then will it hearken to our words. I think, too, that we must gain a greater understanding of what drives Gleipnir. It seems to bear a resentment toward the elementals, the Great One in particular. Why?
I have pondered this question myself. Lingering memories of the person Gleipnir once was may be responsible. Reports from Razat Han suggest this is likely the case, in fact. If we could but ascertain the original identity of the blasphemy, where are we to even begin in our investigation? I did
echo?
have an echo. You were granted a vision of Gleipnir's past? But I was there. And then I know who he then I may know who he is, or was.
As do I, the boy who trained alongside Connie in her youth.
Ea Sura Supin. After all these years, is this what has become of him?
Ah, you mentioned him briefly before. Were you close? Very.
Ea Sura was a Pagil like me, but he had never known his parents, and devoted himself wholly to his studies. He embraced the role the Forest bestowed upon him, and truth be told, was a much better student than I ever was. A fair... sorry. That's
A
easy.
fair assessment. Despite your esteemed heritage, you never took to my lessons as well as he, ever dreaming of the outside world. Stealing off into the woods more times than I can count, I could not keep watch over you at all hours, not even if I tried. The elder seats here, a rebellious spirit? I can scarce imagine it.
I resented being a Pagil. It was an inconvenience to me that I could not live amongst the others, and I did not scruple to express my misgivings to Isumiyan at every opportunity. Iasura was a pillar of constant support. It was thanks to his encouragement that I at last embraced my destiny and resolved to use my gifts for the greater good. When we became seed seers together, I believe, until one fateful day when we were gathering herbs in the forest in Isumiyan's behest. We met with a wanderer hailing from distant land who told us of his beloved was with child, and that he had traveled to Gridania to beseech the Great One for a painless birth. He asked us to guide him to the guardian tree. However, entry into such sacred places was not ours to permit, and there was something odd about his demeanor besides. With regret, I refused him, but Isura was loath to turn away a goodly stranger in need. He agreed to guide the man, despite my protestations. I ran to Isumiyan as fast as I could, and together we made haste for the guardian tree. We found the man motionless on the ground, having succumbed to the Great One's rage, and next to him was Isura, alive but unconscious. In time, he recovered and related the whole. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. in time, he recovered and related the whole story. In truth, the man had been an adventurer, the seeker of wealth and glory, and as he had knelt to make false supplications, he lunged forward to tear a branch from the guardian tree. He was yet a child, and Iasura had no inkling of the darkness that could dwell within men's hearts. He learned the lesson that day, but the price he paid for it was great indeed. The Great One stripped Iasura of his horns, and with them the right to call himself a Pachal. I was forced to expel him from the Fane. They can do that?
Apparently. That's an interesting bit of lore.
Yeah. I never saw him again, nor heard a word of what had become of him, though not for lack of trying. Despite his hardships, did he remain in the Twelveswood all this time, I wonder?
He dreamt of naught else but becoming a seed seer, of a life in service to the people in the forest. He knew the weight of the responsibility and was eager to bear it. But he was deprived of that purpose by the very elements he loved, and yet he did not lose that will to serve, I suspect, and instead resolved to watch over the Twelveswood in his own way. I shudder to think of what could have hastened his transformation into Gluttnir, as if his life was not harsh enough.
In our final conversation, Iasura confided in me that he would search for a means to calm the Great One's rage and earn absolution. To that end, he said that he would seek the council of the Mughals. They have called the Twelveswood home for far longer than we have, and so none are more like to have knowledge of his most hidden workings.
That comes as no surprise. He would not give up so easily on his dream. Even if the Mughals know not of Iasura, they may be able to help us in other ways. Will you travel to the Bramble Patch in my stead, Thayrin, Rylea? I have faith that they will accept you with their characteristic aplomb.
Usually.
I'll try not to threaten to rip their palms off.
Really?
It depends on the Moogle. Some Moogles I have no problems with. Other ones, yeah, I want to tie them in knots. Keeper?
I shall remain with the Elder Seats here, though I would gladly join you in battle against all manner of fearsome foes. I think myself ill-equipped to contend with Moogle mischievousness, and I know you are a storied veteran of such mighty struggles.
Gee, thanks.
Oh, come on, how long have you defeated Great King Mogulmog the 12th?
Over and over and over again. Of which, is he in my current Wondrous Tale book? No, he was not. I think that might be for the best. So off to the Bramble Patch we go.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep an eye on the boars. They can be boorish.
They're kind of boring these days.
Hello, Urza girl. Have you been a good burb?
Always. There you go.
Sorry? So my little animation project continues. I got another shot done and started on a new one. That means 6 down, 14 to go.
Yeah, well.
Every shot gets a little closer.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Octi. Welcome, welcome. We are back on the tank roll quest.
Yep.
Actually, we're back on the loading screen, but there's nothing new there.
Just as long as I don't crash the desktop on it.
Oi! Yeah, what was up with that? And it was always into the same zone.
Yeah. Let's not go there.
I don't think we are going there at all tonight. Which is probably for the best. Oh, look who's about. It's pt.2. No more summonings, right?
Surely you can see that I am armed? If it's all the same to you, we don't want any. Move along, Kupo.
Really? After all the times I've beaten the crap out of you.
Huh, quite a peculiar face you have, Kupo. Familiar, too. You wouldn't be the soul same warriors who gave the legendary Mughals guard what for, would you? Rylea? Thayrin, was it?
Yes. Over and over and over again.
Ah, it's an honor to meet you. Allow me to thank you personally for bringing that silliness to an end. Pika's the name. What brings you to our neck of the Twilswood?
Apparently Choco Dominant's fighting.
Yeah. Why, what a pleasant coincidence. We were just discussing how we ought to go about calming the elementals, Kupo. That blasphemy with the dreadful horns has got them on edge, and for good reason. I've had to ask my personal guard here to sleep with one eye open.
Wait, this is your personal guard? You have one of the King's Moogle guards as a personal... Who are you, anyway?
No one of consequence, merely the center of the universe that is himself.
Moogles.
In case you haven't noticed, the beast's corruption has been spreading all throughout the woods. Needless to say, we've all got to stand up and put the Twilswood to rights. Rhea O suggested that the Muggles contribute by scouring the forest for even the smallest signs of taint. Got to cleanse it before it gets out of hand, you know? Difficult and time-consuming work, but if it's in service to the forest, then we'll do it gladly, Kupo. Hey, I know you. You're the adventurers who gave me some of my finest scars. Kupti Kupo the Muggles Guard. No hard feelings about the whole Hail to the King Kupo bit, I hope.
Do you want me to whack your palm?
Not going to call for a rematch either, in case you're worried about that.
Okay.
No, I'm sure there will be a rematch later.
There's always a rematch later.
Rhea O and the others cured us of our tempering, and afterwards sat us down for a stern lecture. No more calling upon good King Mogul Mog the 12th for us. May he remain ever unsummoned in his royal grace and splendor.
Okay, I think we can deal with this. Maybe.
Maybe. Indeed, and what better way to make up for past indiscretions than to serve the realm? Even now, our kin scour every ilm of the Twelveswood, and we would be remiss not to do our part. We would be overjoyed to have a hero such as you helping us as well, if you're willing. Something tells me you have a sharp eye for the taint we seek to cleanse. Can we count on you, Kupo?
We've done this before. We can do it again.
Your reputation for magnanimity is well deserved. Let's begin by moving to higher ground that we may survey the area and locate any particularly nasty spots of blight.
And off they go. Will you just stop it? Really.
Boku wins again.
We were in conversation with Moogles, trying to move the quest along, and you two were off... chocobos. And you two wonder why I keep pulling Urza out instead.
Work. Is it something I worked?
Oh, he did take the high road, didn't he? Okay, Pukta. Can you select him?
No!
So we have to do this independently.
Well, at least on separate mounts. I can't do it while riding Pillion.
Blink.
Not sure they've had us do this before.
No, this is a first.
Oh, you were able to make your way up here after all. I was worried you'd be stuck. Apologies for leaving you behind, but it's so easy to forget that your kind lack wings, Kupo.
This is why I have an tomorrow.
Yeah. Now then, where is it? There, to the south. Let us cleanse that festering taint at once.
To the south we go. Corrupted soil. Yep, this looks to be the place.
The grass here is so brittle, Kupo. Restoring this area will surely put pep in the Great One's step. If it had feet, that is.
Right then.
You ready for this?
Yeah, it's
Shouldn't we
ready.
be doing this as, like, white mages? This is more of a white mage job.
I know.
That was some fine work, Kupo. I dare say it's in even better shape than it was before. The others are doubtless flittering about, stamping out corruption wheresoever it rears its hideous head. If I were the Great One, I would be applauding our efforts. Well, insofar as such a being without hands can clap, I suppose. How goes the taint cleansing, Cupty Coop? I did what I could, but I swear, as soon as I finished with one area, two more start manifesting a fresh taint. The forest's ability to heal itself is waning, and the sickness is spreading too fast for even a legion of Moogles to manage. If we don't come up with a better solution soon. The situation is more grave than we imagined, Kupo. Oh, what are we to do?
Good question.
We should maintain our efforts to purify the forest regardless. But since there are only so many of us, we must also help the forest to remember how to help itself. A brilliant idea, I think. How do we go about doing that? Oh boy, if the Moogle's Guard is the smart one of this pair,
I know, my head is hurting.
we're in big, big trouble.
That's
Well,
one way of
I
putting
was
it.
just getting to that part, Kubo. I've got it. We perform the friending.
Friending.
Friending? What in the name of good King Moggle the 12th, may he shower us with love and compassion in Kupo nuts, is that? Truth be told, I couldn't remember the ancient rite's name, so I just made something up on the spot, Kupo. But let's forget about that for now and move on to the stuff I do remember.
This is giving me a bigger headache than the echo does.
Moogles, what do you want?
I know. Unfortunately,
Listen.
I know.
It's an old ceremony, first performed when the nation of Gridania was but a spark of an idea of a random thought in its founders' heads. They knew that if they were to establish a home within the Twilswood, that it would first have to entreat the elementals for permission. So, a mage and their company found and cleansed a few sources of foul ether, planting saplings in their place, and consecrated the soil with a prayer to show the forest the purity of their intentions. The elementals were so taken with his display that not only did they permit his people to settle within the forest, they also bestowed upon him their blessing as proof of their new covenant, Kupo. Ah, remember now, the Gridanians still honor the agreement to this day. For every tree that is cut down, a sapling is planted. So, if we follow history's example, we can soothe the forest's pain and also nourish it with new life. That's right, Kupo. Oh, but I wasn't finished with the story. Remember the mage who planted those sacred saplings? He was none other than Joran, the sire of Ohak Puta, the very first Pajal. Have we heard of him before?
Maybe in one of the big deep lore books, but that's about it.
Yeah, wow, they are giving us lots of new information on various Pajals.
Mm-hmm.
From that day forward, the elementals would bless a select few hearers with horns, favoring them with their fellowship. The Pajal were exalted by all the peoples of the Twilswood, even we Moogles to look upon them with awe, and that's how it all began. Hmm? Something wrong, Kupo? You have a strange look on your face.
Both of these are very good questions.
Well, statements at least.
Mm-hmm.
Glepnir may be a Pajal.
I'll go with the second one. Let's have you do
Okay.
yours first.
That sounds good. There it goes. How dreadful, Kupo! But what exactly are you saying? Huh. So the man you think may have become Glepnir was a Pajal stripped of his blessing, and the blasphemy kills with a poison that manifests symptoms that resemble those of the creeping death. Okay, it looks like they'll both go here.
Switching back. Glyphnir's poison is particularly deadly against yours. It's the exact same thing.
Meh.
Hold on. Let's see if the second paragraph is different. Yeah, it's the exact same thing. Thanks,
Come on, guys, give us more lore. I feel sorry for this Iasura. To love the elementals only to be shunned by them. To be surrounded by the beauty of the Twilswood and know he was forever an outsider. All for a child's mistake. That despair could easily have caused him to turn. And this poison that preys upon those who bear the Twilswood blessing, the hearers, just like the creeping death once did, might be another manifestation of that despair. That would explain the elemental's unease, Kupo. We must redouble our efforts to plant saplings, or they might never speak to us again. Indeed. Well, first things first, we must gather as many saplings as we can. Rylea, Thayrin, wait for us at the Adder's Nest, and make ready for a long and back-breaking day.
Boy. Are you sure you don't want me to switch to botanist?
The only thing they're sure of is that they've found a sucker, us, to do the hard work for them.
I see Boko want to know more of this. I know,
He
that's
has
his problem.
packages to deliver.
Aha! That's your story and you're sticking to it?
Mm-hmm.
So, back to the adder's nest. If the server would let us. Oh, please tell me you have not jumped to desktop.
I think I'm about to.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm getting the same thing. Doesn't want to switch back to it. It's thinking, and there it goes.
Oh! Yeah, I'll meet you by the 8th, right? Sorry. Well, we now confirmed it's not just Eastern Thanaland.
That's not something I wanted confirmed.
I know. Big old doe. We didn't used to have this problem, so I'm not sure what's causing it.
Yeah, I have no idea why it's happening all of a sudden.
Speaking of which, there you are. Hi. Oh, and there's Spike!
No.
Okay, back to our regularly scheduled flight path.
Yeah, sorry.
Not your fault. It is what it is. There we go.
Mhm.
I'm wondering if the pulling the stream back down is causing some load issues.
No.
Just so weird.
I'm watching the stream on Sakura.
Oh, true. True. Hey, Keeper. We were told to wait here for some saplings.
Welcome back, Rylea. Thayrin, did the Mughals have any insight into our problems?
Yeah, saplings. And typical Mughal machinations.
A reenactment of the ceremony which laid the foundation of Gridania. A fitting plan, given the gravity of the threat our nation now faces. As ever, there is much work to be done before we can even begin. While the Mughals gather saplings, we shall continue to scour the Twelveswood for new beasts that must be purged. Let us pray that the Elder Seedseer regains her strength quickly as well. For now, take a rest, my friend. It is a rare indulgence these days, and one you've earned 1,000 times over.
Give me just 1 second here.
Yeah, I wasn't aware of this.
Yeah, everyone still calls it the Mog store or the Mog station, but it's actually a full-fledged store that you no longer have to log into to actually be able to view items.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Are you?
Yes.
It's true. The Keeper of the Entwined Serpents is on the lookout for palms in the distance.
Ow.
Hmm?
Nothing.
Glyphnair has not been seen since our last encounter. This brief respite may be our best chance to quell the Great One's terror.
And there's a palm just as we speak.
Make way for the saplings, Kupo! We've had plenty of practice cultivating our garden, so selecting the most robust ones was a simple matter. That was the hardest work, so you can help us with the easy part. If you see a spot of corruption, cleanse the taint and plant the sapling in its place, Kupo. Do it enough times, and the Great One is sure to understand that we're doing all we can to heal the forest, which ought to brighten its mood. We'll see to the East Shroud. You should have no trouble taking care of the rest, Kupo. So he's going to take one zone.
And we have 3 others to take. Right.
Yeah. Your efforts are much appreciated. We'll begin without further delay.
I trust you will have no objections to my company. I dare say healing the forest is one task for which I am most qualified than more. I'm more qualified than most. Ba, 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 ba. Language, tongue, I can use them.
Elder Seed's here. Are you willing enough to leave the city?
I should like to think that I have been for some time. In any event, Izumi has finally grown tired of my objections and ceased his attempts to detain me further. Allow me to be the one to concentrate these saplings. Allow me to be the one to consecrate these saplings. 'Twould be an honor to offer words of thanks to the forest for its bounty.
Please do, Kupo. A prayer from the Elder Seedseer herself will surely hasten their growth from tiny sapling to towering tree.
Such is my hope. As Joran did before me, I shall approach the Great One in friendship, that it might see through the veil of fear that blinds it and remember our covenant. Let us begin by cleansing all traces of corruption in Central Shroud. To Green Tier, I sense the flow of aether has become warped there.
Impressive, Kupo! Not even my keen eyes could spot corruption from such a distance.
It is but one of many talents I owe to the elementals. Well then, shall we be on our way? Okay, Green Tier is that one little off branch in the lower part of Central, if I remember right. We call this place home, and I'm trying to remember where the different locations are. I am such a good,
You're a
ah,
resident, not a tour guide.
yeah, well. Zoom!
Oh, okay, yeah, near the spirit hold and all of that.
Yeah.
I guess it's gonna be in northern green tier. Yeah, okay.
Oh, I know where it is.
Yeah, next to the entry to East Shroud.
Yep, there it is. Keeper?
Chigoes.
Always Chigoes.
I shall keep watch for errant beasts. Would you like to do something about the Chigoes?
I know they're only level 5, but, well, they're Chigoes. This blight upon the force must be cleansed. When you have finished, I shall concentrate the sapling and soil with prayer. Fine, hold on. Let's just get this out of the way. Will you just die already? Thank you. Okay, I feel better now.
Coco, you get to help with this.
There. One cleanse tainted to spirit. Something like that. Oh, I forgot to click on. Oh well.
I don't think he would have been different. Foxfire, you're awful.
In gratitude for your boundless blessings, do I offer this gift. May it nourish you as you nourish us. At last the earth is cleansed. There is a settlement not far from here. We should tell them of the sapling, bid them to watch over it and keep it safe from harm.
Of course, Elder Seedseer. I shall relay your words forthwith. It will give the people hope to know they can aid in the restoration of the Twelvewood.
Thank you. And now we must go. To Silent Arbor. There is some foul impedance in the flow of aether. Let us hurry.
They are liking their new camera movements.
At least with this quest.
They've been doing it on various things ever since the expansion, though it's all the post-main story stuff, really.
Mm-hmm. Well, they are
They didn't
trying...
really do it during main story.
They are setting up for a minor engine upgrade for the graphics, and I would not be surprised if camera stuff is one of the things they're working on.
Yeah. Now, I have to say, that is like one of the better camera movements they've used in these.
Yeah, they'll be rolling out new graphic engine stuff, starting with 6.1 and concluding with 7.0, and it'll be a slow rollout.
Yeah.
And I personally am looking forward to it. My video card is not. god.
And yours is still better than mine.
Yeah, I'm looking at the price of a new graphics card, and it just keeps hiking and hiking and hiking and hiking, and it's frustrating.
Yeah. Look, the flowers here have withered and died. I shudder to think what the forest would look like if this were allowed to spread.
Boko? Boko,
Work?
can you get off Connie Senna, please?
Work?
I want to speak with her.
Work, work?
Fine, I'll go around this way. Now Ryan can deal with Pray, see to the corruption that I may plant and bless the sapling.
And get chocobos out of my hair.
I don't know, I think she thinks the Mormon fuzzy.
Getting to be too much of a good thing, though.
Corrupted taint? What corrupted taint? We don't see any corrupted taint. Checking with Keeper real quick.
Oh.
I trust the Muggles are planting their saplings with suitable solemnity and reverence. But if they are not, let us hope their festivities do not draw Glyphner's ire. Yeah, well, I kind of agree with that one.
Yeah, and they are having fun with the camera work here.
The injury has begun to heal. Our next destination lies to the north. Near Hurstmill, I believe. 'Tis faint for we are far from the source. Nevertheless, I'm sure it is there. Come. Right, off to Hurstmill.
That is a heck of a perception score she has.
Well, there's a reason why she is the Elder Seed Seer.
Mm-hmm.
Though I find it amusing that Isumion, who's the leader of the Conjurers Guild, is actually her teacher.
Yes.
Ah, Padgel.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't get disconnected. Woohoo! That is so weird. I don't know why that happens.
No.
Didn't used to. So I'm like wondering what's causing it.
Yeah, I know.
Oh look, Ziz. At least they're not pelicans. Survey says.
I should be fine. Yep.
Time to speak to a blacksmith about a relic.
Again.
Well, we are kind of
That
heading
never
that way.
works.
I didn't bring enough booze, unfortunately. Wow, that's a lot of bane mites in one little area. Oh, all the way in the back of Hearst Mill. Wow.
Hmm.
Keeper?
Is this where, um, Cripes?
Hmm?
What's his name?
Yes. He's back in the forge over there.
What's his name?
Girl?
Thank you. Is this where Geralt's, dumping his empties?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's why it's corrupted. So close to the hamlet. Is nowhere safe? Where must the people seek shelter from this corruption?
"'Tis fortunate that the corruption here is faint. Simple prayer should suffice to cleanse the soil, after which we may plant the sapling." I sense no other disruptions in the etheric flow, which leads me to believe that the Mughals have already seen to the remainder. Indeed, the Twelvewood sighs with contentment I have not felt in a long while. But it will serve to placate the Great One, I cannot say. Not until we visit the Guardian Tree. Excuse you.
Excuse me, but you're the Elder Seats here, aren't you? What brings you all the way to our village?
Corruption that had upset the balance of the aether. But that is why we have since cleansed and pared the sapling. Thus has the 12 wood reclaimed a measure of peace.
You've been planting trees?
We have. The elements have suffered much as of late. With these offerings we endeavor to raise their spirits.
Elder Seeds here. I've got to protest. What of your people's spirits? We who dread or what of your people's spirits? We who dread every step we must take out of doors. That terrible monster is still out there preying upon innocent folk without rhyme or reason. And if it doesn't strike us dead where we stand, its poison will finish the job.
I know that you are afraid, and that you and yours still suffer. However, 'tis under the auspice of the elements that we may call the 12wood home, and they too cry out for deliverance. Even the Great One quakes in fear for the blasphemy's continued existence. To ignore the plight is to invite greater tragedy to us all. Rest assured, however, I have not forgotten the needs of the people. We bring comfort to the elementals and renew our sacred ties that we might enlist the aid of the Great One in combating Glyfnir and the suffocating despair it spreads. And so, I pray you continue you put your faith in our guardians and in me.
Would that we could, Elder Seeds here. But we've been dealing with death and sickness since before Gleipnir's coming. They say the creeping death's nothing to fear these days. We know better. One of ours caught it not long ago. Gave her the cure, had plenty on hand. For a while we thought it would be alright. But by the time we realized it hadn't done a damn thing, it was too late to call for a conjurer. It's a sad day for all of us when she passed, but for none more so than her poor husband, Supin. He was beside himself with grief. Who could blame him? Then came Glipnir to compound our woes.
Supin? It cannot be. Do you speak of Iasura Supin?
Yes, sirrah. No. Supin was an odd one, but no one mistake him for a Pagel. Supin wasn't even his real name. That'd be Elengia. But his wife was fond of calling him Supin for some reason, and it caught on with the rest of us.
I see. And what did Elengia look like?
And when's the last time you saw him? Well, I'd say he's seen no more than 30 summers. Kept to himself, came and went with nary a word at times. Though after he met his beloved, he became more of a fixture. Friendly, even. His wife was a sickly lass, but she had spirit. But spirit's not enough to beat the creeping death. Pity we couldn't do anything for her.
He had finally made a new life for himself here. Thank you for recounting Elijah's story. Sad though it was, it has helped me to better understand how much you all have suffered. I promise you that we will have cause for celebration soon. Until then, I implore you again to place your faith in the elementals and in me. Together, we shall overcome this crisis. Despite what he said, I am certain that this Elangia was Isura Supin. To think that he was living so close by for all these years, searching for new purpose and finding true love. Only to be robbed of that fulfillment too. Were he still a Pagel and powered by the elementals, he could have saved her. He would have dealt on the question, night after sleepless night. I know I would have. Mayhap in the end he came to blame the elementals for his haplessness, for her death, and in that despair was consumed.
Aye, the animosity would linger, endure, and in vengeance would Glipnir find its final purpose.
We have done all we can show the Great One the purity of our intent. Let us now hope we will be accepted as his friends.
Hi, Live Suing.
Hello, Live Suing. Hello, Ongi. It's good to see you too. Sorry, we were in the middle of cinematic.
Oh, yeah. Hi, Agni.
We are currently working on our tank role quests for this expansion, which is actually being a little different from the previous ones, which is good because they were starting to get a little repetitive.
Yeah, they're getting a little too typified. So I am very happy with this one.
Of course, after this one, we'll only have one left.
Mm-hmm.
But it'll take us a while to get to it.
Yeah, sorry.
Unless something really crazy happens. Fly, Ursa, fly! Here we go. Hello, Keeper of the Entwined Serpents.
Suffering was Aesir's constant companion. Nay, it is still. For his sake and ours, we must deliver him peace.
Our supplications cannot have escaped the Great One's notice. Maybe it's enough to receive an audience. And hopefully not for you to fall over again. That would be bad. O Great One, may I abide beneath your bough, embraced by your compassion, grace and wisdom. Bestow the fear within your heart, and know that I am your faithful servant. All feeling, passing corruption, refreshed, renewed green, flesh restored. Child of child, covenant honored, friend, friendship, peace.
It worked. The Great One speaks through the Elder Seeds here. We were right to follow Jordan's example. The corruption is but one aspect of a greater threat.
Yes. Profanity spawn, despair's orphan, sadness and anger, sadness, death's prayer, one and all. Poison potent, wounds unmending, withered bark, no strength to share.
After all we have done, you deny us? After all the Elder Seedseer has endured, she has pledged herself to you, devoted her life to the Twelveswood. People cried out for salvation, and she answered. The elementals cried out for deliverance, and she answered. Only you can help us now. If you do not, then we are lost. She is lost. Please, I beg you. We beg you. Okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering if it might be Isumiyan.
Nope.
What are you doing here? We've been dependent on the Seedseers all our lives, blaming them whenever something goes wrong, without ever considering what we might do ourselves. But no longer. Elder Seedseer has gone to incredible lengths for her people, and so her people have come to return the favor. Her plea alone is not convincing enough, and we'll raise our voices in support. We couldn't let them make the journey without protection. That, and we couldn't let them put us to shame. We too have come to stand with the Elder Seedseer and beseech the Great One for aid. Well, here's hoping that this isn't a case of cannot.
We all want the same thing, don't we? Peace restored to the forest. So please, share what you can, however little. Do not forsake us. Do not forsake her. Kan-E, Covenant's child, walks with man, with elements, keeper of ancient faith, unbroken, cannot, will not break faith to man, render up flesh.
Then you agree to help us?
Flesh, branches, take and join. To oldest elder, renew bonds, as one stirs. Raise up to heaven's covenant symbol, our staff, all join, all bloom, all peace. My duty weighed heavy on my heart, so heavy at times that I scarce remembered to breathe. For days and nights I worried that I would be found wanting. But by your faith and trust has the path forward been revealed to us. You came hither united in purpose, and bared your hearts before the Great One. Nay, Gridania is forever in your debt. Not one, but three. Sorry, four.
Yeah.
May I rely on you all once more. I bid you take these branches to every corner of the Twelfthwood and join them to the eldest trees, that we might finally win free of this despair.
It shall be done, Elder Seedseer. We swear it.
Once the trees have been bound together in spirit, I shall carry out the Great One's final instructions and cast its gleaming power across all the Twelfthwood. Yet I must remind you, my friends, that Glefnir still stalks these forests. It will not remain idle, and it will attempt to stop us. Go with hope in your hearts, and do not lose sight of the danger. The Great One knew I was good at cutting down trees and not, like, binding them up. Oof.
I admit, for a moment I thought it wouldn't work. The Elder Seedseer moved not only the hearts of the people, but that of the forest itself. Our final task appears to be a bit more complicated than the Great One made it sound, so she must scour the ancient texts before the time comes, and consult with the Seedseer Council to make sure all goes according to plan. It's just as well. We still need to wait until the others have joined the Great One's branches to the many ancient trees scattered throughout the Twelveswood. Then, of course, there's the matter of Glipnir. It will not go peacefully as we work to hasten his demise. When he comes, we must be ready.
We must be ready, but you be careful. The three of us...
Be ready with coconut cod chowder.
Apparently. But of the three of us standing here, he's the one in the most danger.
You don't think he has plot armor?
I don't think he has plot armor. The plot armor in this game is slightly on the thin side.
Not for some people, it isn't. A path unveiled. The keeper of the entwined serpents is pleased to see you. Impeccable timing as always.
What are you
I'm
talking?
standing here the entire time.
We never left. Continue. Sorry.
No. But moments ago, the elder seed seer sent word to go and fetch you.
But we never left.
She's already on her way and will explain everything herself when she arrives.
Okay, fine.
I'll note they're also being a lot more cinematic in this one than the others.
Mm-hmm. The children of the Twelfthwood, both Moogle and man alike, have sallied forth, branches in hand, to the far reaches of the forest. Soon their task shall be completed. Though the shadow of death yet looms large, they do not allow despair into their hearts. They hold fast to their faith in the future bright. We shall see their hope rewarded. By the grace of the elementals, consign these grim days to memory. We need only succeed in summoning the Hedge. You may recall that the Great One's words were muddled and esoteric. I believe it was an instruction to carry out the esoteric ceremony in order to expunge the corruption fouling the forest, that the once tainted earth may begin to mend. For you see, when the Hedge was last formed, it was to protect the Twelfthwood from threats without. The Great One acted as a guardian, embracing the woods to shield them as father would his child. On this occasion, however, we call upon it to nourish and revitalize, as a mother nurses a child to make them strong against sickness. In channeling the power of the elementals in this way, we can stem the great spread of Glufdir's poison, and the scars of its passing will finally heal. At least, that was what the Great One intended to say, I believe. The Seedseer Council agrees with my interpretation and has permitted me to perform the ceremony. I have in my possession a single branch, the final one to be attached to the eldest tree of the Twelfthwood. For all that you have done to aid us thus far, I ask you accept this honor. Who better to set the final stone into motion in this new foundation for everlasting peace? You who have sacrificed so much for the sake of others. For if we had even a sliver of your courage, we could move mountains. Thank you, my friends. We will find the tree of which I spoke in front of the Leatherworkers Guild. Let us depart.
You know, if you want to move mountains, I know someone who can help you do that. He's on the first.
But oh boy, was that a mountain he moved! Every time I fly by that, I keep hearing the Godzilla theme running through my head. Or in this case, would it be Rockzilla?
Maybe.
Uncle Craggy is jealous.
Too bad for him.
No, little ladies' day. We will deal with you another day. They've got all the trappings up and everything.
Yeah.
Hey, Nor. Hello, Ochre Boulder. Oh, did I tell you I found, Old Man Isadari, Annalane, and, oh god, I'm trying to remember the old doman's name. But I found them in Kugane. It's hilarious.
Very good.
Yeah, wow, it's so big, I don't think I ever noticed this tree. That thing's a monster! Can I get a better view of it?
Yeah.
Fountain here? Yeah, that
Yep.
that is a big tree! I'm not climbing that anytime soon.
Thankfully, I don't think we're being called upon to do that.
Keeper?
From here, the Great One's blessing will spread to every corner of Gridania and send all manner of wicked beasts scurrying back into the shadows.
Well, that is the hope. Look to the boughs above, and you will see a spot where the bark has been discolored by age and the elements. There you must affix the branch. Oh, so you do want me to climb the tree?
Apparently.
Oh boy.
You ascend the ancient trunk and affix the branch of the guardian tree to the weathered bark as directed by the elder seedseer. Aw, I wanted to see them animate this.
I think they ran out of time. You two are quite the climbers. And with that, the preparations are now complete. Let us return to the guardian tree, and with the aid of the Great One, deliver salvation to the whole of the Tollswood.
Stoic nod. Meow.
And back to Central Shroud. Go here, go there, go here, go there. Hey, at least I kept my whites clean, which is amazing climbing a tree.
It's all in the wrist.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure my steel-toed boots took the majority of it, though. Okay, our shade was kind of off this way. Oh, look! We just missed Louis!
Hmm?
The fate that's here. Louis.
Oh.
Keeper?
Our journey nears its end. I shall be glad to go to bed again without Gleipnir to haunt my dreams.
And sorry.
Oh, yeah.
At least they give us warning.
Yeah.
If it is truly...
Still occasionally muff that.
Yeah. If it is truly Iasura's lingering resentment for the elementals that drives the blasphemy, then surely it will come. For the sake of the man he once was, I must try to appeal to his reason. But should I fail, then we will have no recourse but to fight. Regardless, this day we shall bid farewell to Gleipnir. you live. Through the branches of the guardian tree, the 12's wood is becoming as one. In summoning the ermine hedge, every ilm of these sacred lands will be imbued with the Great One's nourishing aether. The forest will be empowered to heal itself, to break free of Glyphnair's despair. The ceremony is complex and delicate, and I must maintain focus. I trust you will do what is necessary to see that I am not interrupted. Don't worry, I'm a warrior. I can heal myself.
Gluttner comes. Defend the elder seats here.
Oh, I suddenly realized what he's a recolor of.
Oh.
Yeah, he's a recolor of a mount that is only available on the Chinese servers.
Huh.
Are the elements so deserving of your scorn? Do you hate me, too, for my horns? I knew a boy once, a boy who called them gifts, symbols of the blessing he resolved to share with the world. Yes, the beast before me now brings naught but misery and destruction and death, marks its victims with chains to bind and condemn, to share in its suffering. I was not there for you then, but I am here for you now, to unmake what you have become. I shall begin the ceremony. Stand fast and remember what we fight for. Okay, they're patiently waiting for me. I guess it's time to start.
Oh my. Creeping poison. Periodically unable to move or execute actions. Stickbuster! Oh dear.
I was not expecting an active time event.
A little worried that this is gonna end it. Oh, no, okay, good. Glad I'm leading it away. It doesn't walk.
Come this way.
Oh boy. Oh, this is gonna hurt, isn't it? Oh, I missed one.
No, 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 no!
That's what I can deal with. Hey, 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 hey. Damn, fail. I'm not sure how you're supposed to stop that.
Okay, interrupt works on the fatal poison.
Oh, damn it, you distracted me, damn it. And I don't even know what you do. Wow. This? Because this is the problem. What do you do about this? If you're looking at all or anything, I don't know. I can't. What's going on with you?
The keeper pulled him off and now outside the ring and I can't do squat.
Ah. The big cone is my problem.
I stood in front of it and used one of my AoEs to help bubble them.
Do I have such a thing?
Yeah, it's actually a 2-step. For you, it's the... I can't remember the names of it. Eek!
Okay, at least I did this one correctly this time.
Oh man, this is getting crazy.
Yeah, I really don't know what to do about this. Oh boy. Duty failed. I don't know what to do about that. I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
Oh, I'm still fighting here, so...
No, okay. Ah.
Be gone with you. God's will be done.
That's not gonna come up often enough, though. If it extends things.
I'm at 5%.
Damn it. Forgetting about this first one. Really? Okay. Ah.
Okay.
Yes! And what do I do after this, because I won't have this next time?
Okay, that was one thing you can do. The other one is the ability, your number 7 ability. You plop it on yourself
mostly...
and then you heal yourself.
Right. But that won't... Because party members.
For some reason, half the time these guys count as party members. Especially if it's an AoE.
Come on! Right button. That sure hurt her a lot.
Also, don't forget you can use your number 7 on your off bar.
Yes, I did that last time.
And then heal her.
Yeah, I just haven't felt like I've had any time for healing. At least it doesn't look nearly as useless as usual.
Yeah, if you hit your number 7 first.
Hold on.
Turn. On your off bar.
Yes.
Turn those heals into insta-casts.
Reprisal? No.
No. On your off bar. It'd be number 3 bar on yours.
So this?
Yeah.
Do I... Oh. Who's that?
Requisite turns your spells into insta-cast for about a 7 tick.
No? That's what stirs up the other cycle.
You can, instead of using the Holy Spirit, you can use heal instead. And that you can interrupt.
What?
You got it.
this.
Oh yeah, this is the fatal poison that you can actually use interrupt on once you get out of the active time of this.
Different interrupt.
Yeah, interject. Now he's going to take him off camera. Yeah.
Right then.
Actually, go to poke Cunny. Actually, yeah, yes. Oh,
She's at... Yeah. And now I can't. Come on! Okay.
Stay up, keeper! Stay up!
By the grace of the elementals!
That was a punt. Over here. Over here.
By the light of the crystal!
Fine. Okay. You.
They can't make up their mind! Yeah, watch the order they lay down in.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. He's gonna keep doing this fast, isn't he?
I shall ease your hurts.
Hey, over here.
Ah.
Let's see which sets first.
You got it. Stay there. It's like a troll version of Ockmorn.
You.
Yeah, I know.
Nope, that one will not be interrupted.
Interruption is not. my on obs going out. I know it's not on your system, where everything would like freeze for like 2 seconds and then keep going again.
Yeah, some of this was slowing things down, but not that much. Meow.
You did great. Through sacred soil and azure skies, may your compassion flow and swell to banish the darkness.
Have you been taking lessons from Yuna?
I know! I wasn't alone thinking that then.
No! Though actually, I think this is the second time we've seen her do at least some of that.
Receding terror, blissful, quiet. Blessing, covenant preserved, now and always, child of child. Honor and gratitude unending. For we as well, honor and gratitude unending. We could not have overcome the blasphemy without your aid. In your everlasting grace, I pray you continue to guide we children of the forest. In your boundless mercy, I pray you forgive the lost and forsaken who succumb to despair. You, my dear Iasura, I promise I shall never forget your words of wisdom. Ours is indeed a gift and a blessing, and a duty to our people I will uphold. Until my final breath, this I swear. Really, Louis? Yeah, there's Lou.
I say we ignore him.
Yeah. Keeper. Ignore the battle music, Keeper. It's just Lou. Again.
Elder Seedseer's childhood friend suffered too much tragedy in his life. That there can be no doubt. But with his passing, he and the realm may once more know peace. And we may finally begin to mourn the innocence lost to his rage.
Hello, Connie. Can we get out of here? This music is annoying. It makes me want to stab things. Thank you, Thayrin, Rylea. But not you, Demboko. You just bailed on me. The great cleansing could have not succeeded without you. The blight has been purged, and the blasphemous beast which bore it laid low. The sacrificed wood that once held its breath in fear now breathes a long sigh of relief. I must return to Gridania and my regular duties as Elder Seedseer, but I should be glad if you could call upon me there. That is, if I may impose upon you one final time. Thank you. I promise you not to detain you at length. Let us meet again at the Lotus Stand.
Thank you.
Bye, Louie!
Yeah. There you go.
And a camera full of Chocobo butt.
You know,
Hmm?
Now they have the easy mode things on the duties like that, which is just, like damage and so on.
Mm-hmm.
What I really want from an easy mode is just slow things down a bit.
Sorry. Yeah, what they effectively do for easy mode is they grant you effectively the raid echo.
Yeah. And I don't need that so much as I just needed to slow down a bit.
Chocobo butt for everybody. Ursa's a good burb.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we would like to proceed to the Lotus stand. Thank you.
Place we've been expecting to be going all this time.
The Great One's aether flow all throughout the Twelveswood, purging the last vestiges of Glyfnir's poison. The surviving wounded are no longer in danger and have begun to recover at long last. We have much cause to rejoice, and in no small part because of you, my friend. On behalf of Gridania and myself, allow me to thank you yet again for your tireless efforts in bringing Glyfnir to heal.
You went above and beyond the call of duty for the sake of our people and their homeland.
But this is my homeland too, dude! Of course I would!
You were inspiring to behold, and not for the first time, I must say. Forgive me, Elder Seedseer, but with this crisis behind us, I would suggest a new course of action.
Oh, and what would that be?
Rest. In all our time together, I have never seen you so hard-pressed. Surely you are weary and could benefit from a brief respite. Workaholic.
I appreciate your concern, my friend, but I cannot. Will not. One day, perhaps, but not this day.
One day I may rest, but this is not that day. But Elder Seedseer.
Recent events have given me cause to reflect upon my past, upon lessons that I once thought I had taken to heart. When did I not yet understand the duty of which I had been entrusted? When these horns of mine were but chains binding me to a destiny I did not choose. 'Twas Iasura who taught me to appreciate this gift I had been given. He had not been there for me to help keep me on the proper path. Where would my errant feet have taken me instead? He was perhaps the first, but he would not be the last. My brother and sister and countless other kind souls, through their words and their support, have also helped me continue to find my way forward, even when I thought there was none. 'Tis by opening our hearts to one another that we, in turn, open new paths, that we can conceive the greater opportunities and bring and brighter futures. All who live within Gridania are deserving of these gifts, and so I must always be there for them, that together we may join in safety through the darkest nights. Not tempted to live wild and free like an adventurer?
Yeah.
Friendly jabs are not beyond us.
Nope.
It is not without its appeal. I recall fondly a few occasions I have traveled beyond. Our time together in the churning mists have left a lasting impression.
Oh gods, and the expressions on everybody's faces when she proposed that one.
Oh yeah. If there ever came a time where I need no longer serve as Elder Seedseer, I should like very much to accompany you on another adventure. Regardless of what the future has in store, my present course is clear. So long as we Pagels serve as a bridge between man and elemental, Gurgudanya can weather any storm. And so I will continue to walk hand in hand with my people and my patrons, along a path we discover together. Suki logs just as we get out of cinematic.
Yes!
Night, Suki!
Though the blasphemy is no more, there are still administrative matters to resolve. If it is not too much to ask, could you bring word of these recent events to our delegate at Razdat-Han?
Yes, we can.
It has been an honor and a pleasure, my friend. May the elementals watch over and keep you.
Checking him again.
I would gladly go to Razdat-Han myself in your stead. The Elder Seedseer is adamant on resuming her duties at once, and so I too must go without rest. But such is the life we both chose. Indeed.
Take care, my good man.
Airship.
Airship. We are so taking the airship. Well, this was a much different story. It was more a redemption of the Elder Seedseer than the actual blasphemy.
Yes, true. Also, the others have generally been about, recent conflict. Like the end of the Dragonsong War and things like that. And of course, particular portions of the population, relatively small portions of the population being affected by it. This one is actually going back to the intro to A Realm Reborn, where they mentioned the fact that, since the calamity, the elementals have lost a lot of their power, and it's going to take time for the woods to heal, which is what will heal the elementals.
Indeed.
And here you're addressing that.
Here you are. Excuse me.
So this is more calamity cleanup than any of the particular wars.
And after this, we just have one to go, but it's going to be some time before we get Ninja up and running.
Getting there.
Only 40 more levels to go! Woohoo! You're past the halfway point?
Yes.
Of
And
course,
of course, it helps that there's fewer and fewer distractions to doing something about that. Like, doing this.
Yeah, well. The other key thing to keep in mind, unfortunately, is that the level XP gain is on a curve.
Yes. I know.
And here we are at Sundrop. And there's our delegate man.
The last one will be Lumenza.
Everything's safe in the woods.
Welcome back. I pray you've brought glad tidings.
Indeed I have.
Gluttonir is slain. You've brought joy to me on an otherwise uneventful day. Of course, I had complete faith in your success, but had begun to worry ever so slightly when you did not return as quickly as I anticipated.
Yeah, well, sorry about that.
I shall report your success to the envoys at once. If we have further need of you, I pray you will answer our call.
Oh, look, more materia.
Mm-hmm. More than death.
Well, congrats, Rye.
And congrats to you.
I assume you're going to be handing that materia over.
If you want it.
It'll go into Rift's ever-flowing bag of materia. Thank you muchly. So, one bar coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. Come on, you know you want some mango juice.
Oh. I was on follow.
Follow, fail. But yeah, Glipnir is a recolor of a model on the Chinese servers, which, as far as I know, that mount wasn't very popular, so it never came over here. But it's technically in-game because it shares code.
Yeah.
And, I believe they call it the Legendary Beast.
Okay.
And the original model is actually red and gold. But some of their more popular models actually do come over here. That's why we got the peacock model and the fat cat. I think the Legendary Beast is like one of the only ones that hasn't. But they've got their own little development team over there for in-game store stuff because it's a little more store heavy.
Meow.
Oh, pull up a chair. Watch the dancers.
Stool. These are stools.
I'll put an order in for some mango juice and some maybe, I don't know, how about some tandoori Hanza? That might be good.
You think it'll actually arrive this time?
I think Vitra told us that our bar tab was free anytime we came here, but I think he's stinging out on us.
I think this table is just harder for them to find than our front door is for DoorDash.
Oh god, that's horrible. Oh my god, is it true? They've gotten better about it recently, but oh lordy. Well, in any case, it is time for us to say goodnight. Thank you all very much for joining us. It is past time for Rye to say goodnight.
Yes.
In any case, we will be back on Saturday for more Heaven on High. And we'll give guys a fair warning when we can finally do the DPS quest. Because that will be an interesting one, and that'll be the last one for the role quest until 6-1 drops. Once 6-1 drops, we will actually have a follow-up quest. So I'm kind of hoping we can get the DPS melee done before then. Knock on wood.
Well, if it starts looking bad and I'm still short of 80, you can kick me over to Monk.
Well, we'll see.
Yes, we'll see.
In any case, you all have a great evening. Good night. Be safe. Be well. Sleep well. And we hope to see you Saturday night starting at 9:30 Pacific.
Everyone have a good rest of the week.
Night all.
Night.